What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Your boy Dredd is back again. Now, I told you guys that I was going to be doing a reaction/review video for the Captain America Civil War trailer that dropped last week. I feel like I'm the last freaking person on earth to review this thing. But, yeah, they dropped the trailer last week, and if you guys have seen it, I'm pretty sure anybody who's watching this video has probably seen the damn trailer already. I mean, come on. It's already got 35 million views in less than a week. But, yeah, just a quick a review of it. Now, just a quick synopsis of the story. It picks up immediately after Ant-Man and the Avengers, Age of Ultron. They find Bucky, the Winter Soldier, trapped in some kind of, they find his metal arm trapped in some kind of vice or some kind of machine. Seemed like something out of Saw or something. But, yeah, he remembers everything. He's starting to get his memory back. And the U.S. government knows his identity, and they're coming for him. And in this movie, you see something called the Sokovia Accords, which is pretty much the Marvel Cinematic Universe's version of the Superhuman Registration Act. Pretty much an act that's policing all superheroes or anybody who has enhanced abilities. That's what it's called in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And they're manhunting everybody who doesn't register with the government. And Tony, who feels guilty, Iron Man, he feels guilty about what happened in Age of Ultron, about going behind the Avengers' back and creating a death machine known as Ultron. So he feels like, well, if we can't accept limitations, then we're no better than the bad guys. We're no better than the people who we're trying to stop. And this is kind of why I'm more Team Iron Man than I am Team Captain America. I mean, because, well, Steve says that he doesn't really see it that way. He believes that you should be able to fight crime without, if you have good intentions, then you should be able to fight crime however you want. But of course, the government has to step in and say, you have too much power, so you need to be controlled by us. And that's where the whole Civil War thing happens. Now, I've seen the Ant-Man post-credit scene. I went to the theater to actually go see Ant-Man and stayed for the mid-credit scene where you see Wasp and the post-credit scene where you see, which is actually a scene from Civil War. And after watching it, it made a lot more sense. And it's not really too clear on the sides or whatever. It's not really too clear with who's on whose side. Well, besides what you see in the trailer. You see Black Panther doing some double leg roundhouse kick. It's fucking awesome. You see him do it on the Winter Soldier. So far, the line in the sand drawn. So far, we only see on Captain America's side. This is what we see. We see Captain America, Scarlet Witch, Falcon. We see, of course, Bucky, the Winter Soldier, and we see Hawkeye, which I figured Hawkeye would kind of be neutral in this. I mean, but because he was working for Shield, so I figured he'd be neutral for this. But it looks like he teaming up with Captain America. And so far, the only people who we see on Iron Man's side is, of course, War Machine and Black Panther. Now, here's what we don't see in the trailer. Well, as far as characters, we don't see Vision. We don't see Baron Zemo, who's a villain in the movie. We don't see Crossbones, who was Frank Grillo, who was Agent Rumlow in the Winter Soldier. And people also complain about this, but I guess they're saving this for probably either the final trailer or they're going to save it for the movie itself. We don't see Spider-Man in the trailer. And I don't think we need to, because I mean, I just think that we should just, because I don't want it to be like Age of Ultron where they put out too many trailers and they pretty much just gave away 85% of the movie before we even get to see it. So yeah, I think that's something that they really do need to keep under wraps until the last minute. But yeah, we don't see Baron Zemo, we don't see Crossbones, we don't see Vision, we don't see Spider-Man, we don't see any of those guys. And which side, like as far as Spider-Man, he's I think he might end up siding with Stark, because he's one of those science geeks who probably looks up to Tony because this is going to be a teenage Spider-Man. And Vision could go either way, because in the comics he has a relationship with Scarlet Witch, but he's born from Tony Stark's technology, so I can see why he would side with either one of those. But yeah, that's pretty much just my quick synopsis and my quick review of the Civil War trailer. As usual, the link is in the description if you haven't seen it. Like I said, the damn thing's been out for a week now, so of course you've seen it. But just for the benefit of the people who haven't, yeah. But anyway, whose side are you on? Team Iron Man or Team Captain America? Team Stark or Team Rogers?